Will it be global warming? Nuclear war? Or perhaps a devastating fireball from space? If you believe in life after death, the chances are you'll be more accepting of whichever apocalyptic scenario sends you to meet your maker. Researchers in the US have found that people who believe they have a soul which lives on after they die were more accepting of end-of-the-world scenarios than those who don't. Over the course of 5 survey-based studies, a team of researchers led by Uri Lifshin at the University of Arizona tested beliefs in immortality and their effect on how people viewed end-of-the-world scenarios. The team outlined 2 types of immortality, according to sitepost.org. The first, symbolic immortality, is associated with someone living on through other people's memory, or works of art and literature. While the second is a literal belief in immortality, where people believe in the soul. In the first 2 studies, they found that people who believed in a soul showed less resistance to an article outlining the impending end of humanity, than those who didn't share similar beliefs. Those who do not believe in a soul would be more threatened by a scientific article predicting end of the world because it undermines their sense of immortality, said Dr. Lifshin. But they also found that soul believers would also likely want to have an impact on the world, showing they incorporated elements of symbolic immortality as well. By priming soul believers to think about the impact they would like to have on the world and memories of others, they found they were not as accepting of the end of the world article. In the final study, they extended the timeline of disaster to up to 200 years in the future, when most of the respondents' immediate family would not be affected. The results showed that belief in a soul still had a significant effect on agreement with the article, as was the symbolic immortality prime from earlier. Writing in the journal Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin, the authors explained that combined, the studies show that belief in a soul may provide a psychological buffer when faced with thoughts of the end of the world, an effect that was not seen in non-soul believers. They wrote, these results suggest that belief in an immortal soul provides psychological protection against the threat of humanity's demise that does not hold for symbolic immortality beliefs. Belief in a soul is the foundation of most major religions around the world, with the soul living on either through reincarnation or in an afterlife. Previous research has shown that as many as 40% of Americans believe that the rapture, a biblical end of times in which mankind will be judged, will happen before 2050. At the risk of tempting fate, belief in a religious apocalypse has proved wrong countless times. The most recent call for the rapture came at the end of last year, when doomsday prophets revised their calculations to claim there was a strong likelihood it would hit on October 7. This was based on the belief that God has been punishing the world since the first proposed rapture date on May 11, 2011, and the punishment was due to end 1,600 days later. As of February 10, 2016, we are still here,